These 7 tips will save you thousands and help you score the best deal on tax foreclosed homes. Adrian Mays, being the Change LLC, going live with expert advice. Did you know that over 1.5 million homes are currently go into tax foreclosure every single year? So in this video, we are going to go over different tax foreclosure tips. I mean, it's crazy, correct? Adrian Mays, day 104 in the billionaire journey as an AI wealth creation strategist. Stick around because we're diving into 7 essential tips you need to know before taking the plunge into the world of tax foreclosed homes. Now, did you know, like, literally, what's the deal with tax foreclosed homes? There's an auction going on right now in Wayne County. Well, these properties are seized by the government when the owners fail to pay their taxes. That sounds scary, right? If you're in that situation. But here's the kicker: if you play your cards right, you're able to buy a tax foreclosed home, and it can be an incredible investment opportunity in an AI wealth creation strategy. You can snag a property for a fraction of the market value. And right now in 2024, the values of the market, and this is when you want to consider something like investing in tax foreclosed processes. So let's break down some key things you need to consider. Let's talk about the common misconceptions and risks that comes along with buying a tax foreclosed property. Now, many people think it's really just getting a steal, but they overlook some of the hidden costs that can pop up after the purchase. For example, did you know that there could be liens on the actual property? That's right. If you don't do your homework, your due diligence, you can end up inheriting someone else's debt. So there may be legal issues, and some buyers jump into these deals without the education and understanding of local laws. So in this video, we're going to talk about the tax foreclosures in Wayne County. If you're not careful, you might find yourself tangled up into a legal mess. So I want to make sure you mention that the properties can literally be charming on the outside, but fixer-uppers on the inside, but it could turn into a money pit. So it's crucial to approach these different situations with a cautious mindset. So let's get into the meat, the 7 tips you should consider before buying a tax foreclosed house. Number one, research the property. Always start with a thorough investigation of the property's past. So when I say research the property, what I mean is literally do your due diligence in regards to going to websites and making sure that if the website is an opportunity, then make sure the tax assessor office can help in regards to these opportunities. Number two, you want to make sure that you look into the local laws. Like I shared with you, Wayne County in Detroit, Michigan, currently the tax foreclosure is going on right now, August 15th through September the 12th with online bidding. So having an internet bidding opportunity with tax foreclosures, you want to know the regulations and you don't want to get caught off guard. Number three, you can't inspect the property within this type of actual tax foreclosed property auction. So you have to do your due diligence in driving by. I mean, yes, getting physically in the vehicle and driving by this property. I mean, yes, you have realtor.com and you have these different internet websites, but sometimes photos can be deceiving. As we know, everything is not what it appears. So you want to assess the condition yourself and see if that's something you want to invest in. Tip number four, budget for your repairs. It's wise to set aside a budget for different repairs. Again, these can be properties that might be a great value, but they could be fixer-uppers as well. Number five, you want to know the auction process. Now, this is imperative as, again, when you have a process for the auction, when you want to make sure you're reading what all is entailed regarding this process before you actually do the bidding. Do your due diligence in understanding this process. If you understand how it works, then you'll be able to be at a big advantage when you understand the steps in the due diligence of understanding with internet bidding. Then number six, you want to make sure you have your financing and have your actual amounts for your auction availability. So again, in tax foreclosed properties, it might not be like a typical mortgage where you're able to get pre-approvals in regards to like a loan type scenario. So having your cash on hand and ready to win the bid, that's the key part when you're going to make your budget smooth and easy and having the process smooth as well. And tip 7, you want to consult with professionals like Adrian Mays, being the change, a mortgage consultant, but you literally want to make sure that you reach out to professionals that this is their actual angle. As again, there's a lot of different real estate professionals who have experience with tax foreclosures, closing attorneys, people that are in mortgages, and they can provide some valuable insight that'll help you out with pitfalls. Now, let me share a quick success story that highlights the importance of these different tips. So, for example, right now, there's homes that are literally going for only pennies on the dollar in the tax foreclosed auction. So, in this video, I'm going to show you how to actually approach the Wayne County auction in Detroit, Michigan, how to log into the treasure auction, and understanding too that with these opportunities, again, you want to be able to bid on these opportunities and understand how you're going to get the bidding process started. So when you do your research, you may be able to snag a property. For example, they have several lists here as once you register and go through the process and actually see what's available, there are properties, and seeing how much the properties are available for in the Detroit, Michigan area, it'll give you something smooth and easy, such as a list on an Excel list that you're able to download, that you can be able to see what these properties are actual value for. So, for example, 48202 is an area in Detroit, Michigan. And some of these properties on this first batch of lists are going for as low as $1,300. And even in the 48221 area code, we have a property that's going for about $50,000 on Fairway Street. But again, doing the research, the values of the property in the area are going for almost $200,000. So wouldn't that be a great investment? So again, consulting with someone like Adrian Mays, who has been in mortgages for over 5 years and literally used to have her mortgage license, but life happened. But again, it doesn't take the mindset. So understanding how all of the auction process works, that's why the consulting piece is so amazing with being the Change LLC. We're able to provide this understanding and value to you so you get what it means for you and what you can actually understand with the months fast forwarded. So transforming a home into a rundown home into a gym, that might be your thing. And being able to increase the value significantly, that's a strategy to create wealth, especially in 2024 in this market. So turning a profit is also great in regards to understanding that, again, having these different property laws will allow you to be able to understand each and every step. So I want to go ahead and give you a sneak peek of what I would do if you were actually working with Adrian Mays in regards to consulting of a property. Because again, in Wayne County in Detroit, Michigan, there's an auction going on right now. And like I said, there's some great deals. Now, one tip I did provide for you, you of course want to go through the steps and be able to register. It's free of charge to register for the actual auction. So when you register, you're able to get the information in regard on the homepage that gives you the step-by-step tips. But I definitely recommend you reading the bidding rules as well as the affidavit, so you're understanding that the deposit has to be made before the bids start. But the online bidding doesn't start until September 11th, 2024, and it ends on September the 18th. So right now, your deposit is just open. It's kind of open game, but you won't be able to actually win the property until September 19th. The next thing that we would do here at Being the Change is we have to do our due diligence. Adrian, what does that mean? So, for example, I would recommend you going to something called the Wayne County Officer of Registered Deeds. This is the website that you would go to. So when you actually, how it works in Wayne County, they charge you per minute. After 15 minutes, it's a charge of $6. But for an hour to search the title to see if there's any other liens or on the actual property, it costs $24 for an hour. But in doing this due diligence, you're at least able to see if there's any type of liens on the property. And again, you can start with a free index of searching, but the key thing when you do a free index, it's not giving you any of the key information. So the new registration of pay as you go They charge $6 for up to 15 minutes and $24 for an hour of you to search here in regards to new registration. The next thing I would recommend you doing is checking out the taxes. Again, what they very clearly stated on the actual rules in Wayne County is that any type of tax liens they're not responsible for. So again, reading the rules will give you this information. So again, with the foreclosed property, when you're actually going to waynecounty.com and searching with the tax properties, you can see this is one of the properties on the foreclosure list on 18010 Fairway Drive in Detroit, Michigan 48221. Clicking here, request tax receipt, you can see that there's taxes that is actually owed in the amounts of $9,455. What that means is that is an amount that you would have to pay on top of the actual bidding price for your actual home. The other thing that they actually state as well on the rules very clearly is you must make sure you check to see whether or not it's on the demolition list. So the demolition list, you literally Google demolition list Detroit, and it'll be able to provide you insights to see if that property is on the list. So again, doing your due diligence is not just going to see these properties are available. You want to go and click these, go through the process of doing the research, driving by the home and checking out the laws. And again, of course, the website wouldn't work for me when we're going live, but you want to go through these different steps because again, this will help you save money at the end of the day. So again, we talk about the 7 tips everyone should know before buying a tax foreclosed property, making sure you're doing your due diligence to understand the steps that you can win in this type of market. Because again, investing in property and in mortgages, you want to have the perfect market conditions. Right now, with the values of properties going up, this is an ideal time to even consider investing in something like going into a home if that's something that you actually like to do to actually make money. So this is day 104 in the wealth creation journey of Adrienne Mays. And leave in the comments if you've tried to actually do this previously in regards to a foreclosed home or invested in properties and actually had some run-ins. And share with everyone too in regards to insights on how that worked out for you. As again, this is something that is an opportunity right now with the values are higher than normal. And literally, if you notice on realtor.com, you can actually see that that's the research that you do before you actually purchase the property. Is just doing the Google, doing the time, and they're giving you those time frames in regards to looking to see if it makes sense for you. So looking at that one property, 18010, excuse me, Fairway in Detroit, and you can kind of see where the value right now it's on the auction for, I believe it was $50,000, but you can see the value of the property in the area. This is you doing your due diligence. This is you allowing yourself to do that research. And you can see the value of the homes. Now, the estimated value, really, I need to bid on that myself. So do you see what I mean when I'm saying? So right now, the home values and the property details, again, this skyrocket. This is more so a more ideal 395,000. But again, if I'm buying it for 50,000, doesn't that make sense? See how things make sense now? So again, I'm telling you, I wanted to be able to provide this insight because again, what we do at Being the Change LLC, we're a unique digital real estate mortgage brokerage firm where we're actually utilizing AI to help people create wealth and utilize the opportunities to build and grow with opportunities such as an auction. And showing people the way on how to do this is taking it step by step and understanding that change can happen in your actual process, but you have to incorporate change because again, anything is possible. You can improve any day, every day, but how you get there, how you improve is being able to understand being the change because we care, because your financial education matters. So I love that we had the opportunity. Please don't hesitate to reach out, and I want to be able to make sure that you actually have any questions or anything. Drop them in the comments. Reach out to Being the Change LLC. I can, I will, I must. Let's go. Deuces. Adrienne Mays, day 104 in the billionaire journey. Let's go.